Welcome back, fellow value investors. In this video, I wanted to cover micro, small, and mid-cap stocks and why I continue to believe these are a real attractive investment leading into 2024. The market is giving us hints that this part of the market may be the best place to be for 2024 in buying and holding companies that are in these small cap stocks. I wanted to share with you some of the signals that the market is putting out there and also share with you how I'm looking for some new small cap stocks that I could add to my full portfolio, as well as looking at my current portfolio and seeing what stocks I need to sell or maybe lighten the position so that in 2024, I outperform the S&P and have a really good return for my portfolio. Before I get into the video, please do me a favor and like my video, subscribe to my channel, and please leave comments. I'd love to see or hear from you and listen to your comments on what you think of small and mid-cap stocks. One of the signals that small and mid-cap stocks are attractive is that other companies, as well as hedge funds and private equity companies, are buying these small and mid-cap stocks. First example is Macy's. They received a buyout offer. I believe it was more than 20% higher than their current stock price, showing that this private equity group, full of really smart people that have a lot of experience and know-how, believe this particular company is undervalued. That's how I receive the news. It's a signal that these small and mid-cap stocks are undervalued. Another signal, Occidental Petroleum to buy Permian for $12 billion. This is the third acquisition in the oil and gas industry. Chevron is acquiring a company and Exxon is acquiring a company. So you could see that these smaller companies, and smaller companies tend to really be sold off in down periods, are very attractive for companies like Occidental, Chevron, and Exxon to buy these companies while they're really discounted. Again, these are Occidental, Chevron, Exxon. The people there are really smart and they really know what they're doing. So for them to make this type of investment, again, is a signal that there's a lot of value in small and mid-cap stocks. Last example is in healthcare, AbbVie. They're buying two companies. The one I'll cite here is ImmunoGen, and they're buying it for $10 billion. They're buying another company for about the same amount. Once again, if AbbVie, who has a great track record of acquiring companies and getting a lot of value for their shareholders out of that acquisition, if they believe there's value in the market, it's a signal to me that I should be looking in the market for some value. I'm on a path to buy some more small and mid-cap stocks. Finding them is going to be the important next step. To give me clues of maybe where to look, I'm going to look at sector performance. Sector performance being, for example, real estate. The real estate sector did the best out of all sectors in the last month. It was up more than 10%. But for the year, it's down. So you could see that, wow, it's really bounced back. And it's a rebound sector. I think there's more room for this sector to run. So that might be a really good sector to look at in combination with small and mid-sized. Another sector that I'm really optimistic about is financials. It's up nicely for last month, but year to date, it's not doing as well as the market. It had a lot of bad news in 2023, so it was really held back. And there's probably a lot of value left in that sector. The last one I'll comment on is healthcare. Healthcare is down for the year. This sector did surprise me, and it didn't do very well for last month. So maybe that particular sector is really held back and really good value is left in healthcare. So I'm going to look at small, mid-cap companies and also put in the factor of which sectors am I expecting to rebound well in 2024 and use those in combination. Now I'm going to go over a short list of companies that I'm going to be doing analysis on that fit a search criteria through my screener that I used on Fidelity. Let me go through the decisions or selections that I made to really screen out companies and get to this final list. First, from a size perspective, I looked at companies that had a market cap that fit a micro cap sector, a small cap category, or a mid cap stock category. And they have the market cap that Fidelity believes should fit in that category right down here. You could see that, companies have become far more valuable because the mid cap category goes up to 42.7 billion. Okay, so I've got the smallness that I want. I got the right size. And then what I did is I started looking for sectors that I believe are worth looking into. For example, here's financials, industrials, consumer discretionary, which has done really well. And the search criteria was really important. I looked for companies that had good earnings yield. That's always good. They were growing their cash flow, and they had a positive return on assets, a very good return on assets. So that three combination, plus I didn't want to look at tiny companies because I found that tiny companies tend to have these metrics that are off the charts. So my revenue is really companies that are above $200 million in revenue. And there's a couple that are up in the 2.5, $2.6 billion revenue. So these are good small companies. And this is where the analysis will start. I've done analysis on Chegg. I had done some already. That looks like a favorable company. I went through a full analysis and actually put them on my buy list. I'm going to probably end up buying shares. Guess really stood out. I did analysis on Guess, and I'm probably going to buy shares of Guess. Those are the two that I've already analyzed. And I'm going to go through the whole list and see if they're worth buying or maybe are not right for my portfolio. In 2023, the Magnificent Seven just really stood out. They did really, really well. And I owned 3 of the Magnificent Seven. I ended up selling Amazon for a big gain in 2023. I continue to own Meta and Alphabet. And I think they're great companies. I'm going to own Alphabet and Meta, I think, for the next 20, 30 years. But this is an article that was produced on December 12th. And there's a lot of talk, as you hear the investment, channels really talk about how the Magnificent Seven, they really went up so much that it's hard to imagine they're going to go up again at that level in 2024. In fact, some of them may underperform or go in the negative for 2024. And here's one article that says that, the Magnificent Seven will likely underperform stocks that are in sectors that will be rebounding. And I believe that small and mid cap stocks will also be rebounding because they were kind of left behind, especially in the second half of 2023. And small and mid cap stocks are enjoying a really nice rally over the last 6 weeks. So these are signals that the market is sharing, saying, hey, look over here. There's value. There's good value in small and mid cap stocks. There's good value in sectors that should rebound in 2024. Every year, every quarter, there are companies that are undervalued and really good investments for a value investor. My job is to find them and find the sectors that are being left behind that are not winning the popularity contest of the stock market, but have great value. Buy them, and then when they rebound, really be rewarded with great stock performance. That's what I'm trying to do with this video. Looking at smaller companies as well as sectors that underperformed in 2023 that should rebound in 2024. I hope you found my video interesting, and I'd love to hear your comments on what you're seeing out there, what you expect in 2024. Nothing that I provided is investment advice, and I don't make any individual stock investment recommendations. I'm a single value investor that is sharing his experience in his journey investing, and I hope you found it interesting. Do me a favor and like my video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks again for watching.